Hi everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Pounds and Inches, a board game review series where we bring you a review every time one of us loses a pound or an inch. And before we get started, I just wanted to touch real quickly on my lack of inches lost. So I was feeling pretty bad about it, and we compared the numbers today with the numbers from when we started, and I actually have lost another inch. I've just also gained another inch, so I don't quite understand why that's happening. But the good news is the main reason why I wanted to focus on inches is because I wanted to focus on gaining muscle, and I think it's finally happening. I was able to do 9 miles the other day. I was running 9 miles. When I was done, I didn't have any back pain, and normally when I would do, at least for me that's higher mileage, whenever I do higher mileage, I would always have a little bit of back pain, not super bad, but it was always there, and I didn't. So I really think that me focusing on my core strength training is paying off. So we only bring you an episode, though, if one of us loses a pound or an inch. Ryan's down another pound, so this is episode 404 and 157.
That's right. Yes, losing an inch is much harder than losing a pound. So I'll keep on trying out the episodes, but she's still working hard doing her thing too. So very proud of you. All right. What's in the box when you open up Isla? That's the game we're talking about today.
Yeah, so in Isla, you get, typical little bits, pieces. You have all these cards, card holders. Boop. You get the animal tokens, the score tracker, which also counts for the tracker for the animals. You get your little dudes, and then the modular board as well. This comes out, so it's kind of interchangeable, and you just change it every single time you play. Yeah, so how do all of those weird pieces come together to create a game?
All right, so the backstory is there's all these extinct animals, or at least thought to be extinct, and here on this island of La Isla, those extinct animals are plentifully found. So we are explorers exploring the island, trying to find as many of these animals as possible so we can catalog them and research them a little bit. So basically the whole thing is driven by these cards. These are multi-use cards. They have 3 sections on them, and each turn you're dealt 3 of these cards. 1 you'll be utilizing for the first section of the top half, 1 you're utilizing the bottom left, 1 you're using the bottom right. So you've got some decisions to make. Which card are you going to use for which section? The first section of the game, of the card I should say, goes in your card holder, and it's, you can kind of see there's a benefit up there, and you're going to have 3 spots in your card holder. Basically at any given time you can have 3 actions or 3 benefits you have available to you, but you're going to have to start covering them up at some point. So for instance on your 4th turn and you only have 3 spots, one of these spots will be covered up by your new card that you're adding on. So that's kind of cool. The bottom left of the card is a resource, so you take whatever resource you chose for that particular card. And the bottom right is an animal. So in this case, there's a little extinct species of frog or toad of some kind, and you move up that little guy on the checker chart. What it's going to do for you at the end of the game, it's a multiplier. That many marks on your, that many times how many guys you have of that frog, of that animal. So you want to try to target the ones that you have the most of, and don't target the ones that your opponents have the most of. Alright, so on your turn, how you place your guys on the board, it takes 2 resources, you pay those, and then you can go to whatever that color is on the board. In this case, playing 2 grains would allow me to go there, and since I have that animal surrounded, that allows me to take that tile off the board, and I score whatever those points are on the board. Alright, so you keep on doing that over and over again until basically these animal trackers have gone up until you meet a certain point requirement, and that kind of triggers the end of the game. So yeah, so you're just playing these cubes, placing guys, collecting animals, using the cards to kind of help give you discounts and efficiencies and extra points here and there. So that's the game. What do you think? What do you like about this game?
These multi-use cards are the bee's knees. I really like this. I like the stress that it gives you, that fun stress that you get in a game. Like if I have the dodo birds, and so I want those numbers to go up so I can get a higher multiplier, but I also need to get a green cube because I need to place my guy there. Let's say there's another dodo bird. I need both of those things to happen. And then I get this card, which has both the green cube and the dodo bird. What am I going to do? None of the other cards are helping me. I need to choose one of these, but I want both of them. Which one do I do? Love that. I just love that.
Yeah, this game has a lot of those really fun decisions: where to place, what to move, what resource to take. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and I like that it changes because you have to cover things up. So you have something that's working for you. It's only going to work for you for one round because then you have to cover it up.
Yeah, it's very organic in that way. It's constantly shifting, constantly changing. And as the animals disappear off the board, you have to change your strategies anyways.
Yeah, and this plays 2 to 4 player, and I think it's perfect at 2, 3, and 4 player. It does a great job. When you play 2 player, the board's a bit more open, so you can get a lot of the pieces. But also with that, the game ends sooner with the points wise. So, and then when you have more players, it's all congested. So it's not like you're the only one not getting the animals you want. Everybody's not getting the animals they want. So it's balanced at any player count.
Yeah, I really like these card holders. I think it's really cool how you place a card in there. It covers up the unrelevant information, and all you can see is the relevant information. I love that you can get these synergies out of this as well. For instance, you might have a card that says, when you place on a gray, you get an extra resource. When you place on a spot with a hat on it, you get some extra points. And when you take a dodo, you may have another card that says when you take a dodo, you get to move up on the track somewhere. In this case, if I replace my little guy here, all 3 would trigger. I would get the extra resource, the extra points to get to move something up on the track just by having those 3 cards. Take my piece, and just keep on doing that, try to change the symmetry up here so where you can get keep on doing that over and over again for different spots on the board. So I really like that. I like this card holder, the way it's organized. I do not love how it's made and how it's constructed, what it's made out of. Very thin, very flimsy. Every time I put it in the box and I'm tearing it down, I'm just very careful because I'm so worried that it's going to be damaged in some way.
It's cardstock. It's like glorified sheets of paper.
It really is. The components as a whole, I'm not real thrilled with.
No. Yeah, it's just all subpar. I mean, these little plastic, they're fine, but they're just so light, and I feel like those could have been anything else and they would have been good. The score tracker, I just need you to see.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like a bad fan. I don't know. It's just all the components are subpar. I feel like it's kind of, I don't know, this was the playtest version they had, and they're like, all right, it's good to go. Let's put it out. All of that said, the footprint of the game kind of equals the component quality, so that's fine. It's just they're really lacking.
Yeah, but this is, it's going to help bring the cost down too as well. This is a pretty reasonable priced game. As far as overall, what are your thoughts?
Love it. Like I said, we're kind of a Feld completionist, so I was bound to like this game, and I do. I really enjoyed getting this out. I think this is a perfect fit for if you kind of want a Euro, but you don't have time for a true Euro. You can get this out and get that feeling and not the amount of time that you usually have to spend in playing a Euro game. I think it's that great in between. It's not a long game, but it's not a short game. That sweet spot.
It's not a filler, but you can still play it in 45 minutes tops.
Yeah.
And you still get those crunchy decisions and those meaningful decisions that make Euros. Get those efficiencies going and do the best that you can with them. So this is a hit for our family. If you get a chance, definitely give it a shot. We like it. All right, so thanks again for tuning into another episode of Pounds and Inches. Feel free to leave any comments or feedback. We love hearing from everybody out there. You can subscribe to us on our blog at boardgamegeek.com, also called Pounds and Inches, where we talk a little bit more about the health side of things and all we're going through on that aspect, as well as you can find us on our YouTube channel, Pounds and Inches. You can find either way all of our reviews in one place and interact with us there. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.